What's up, YouTube? Wyoming icehole here, unboxing the WATTFUN portable power station. I'll get into some of the specifics of this unit and why I picked it over all the others out there and what I'm using it for. So I hope you enjoy. This is not necessarily an ice fishing video like I normally produce, but this is a tool that I'm going to use ice fishing. So I had a lot of choices. There's lots of choices for these units out there, and I'll explain why I picked this one as I go through the unboxing. Enjoy. So this portable power station, or AKA solar generator, is a 300 watt unit comparable to others out there like the Jackery, which is probably the most popular model, Rock Pals, etc. This one is 300 watts is how it's billed. It's actually 298 watt output, and it's got a peak, I think, of I don't know. We'll look at the manual here in a minute and we'll get to it. So just got this in today. I bought it on Amazon. Right now there's a $50 coupon on this. So that is part of the reason why I picked this one, because I picked it up for $209 plus tax. So it's going to serve two purposes for me. Let me straighten that camera out. It's going to serve two purposes for me. One is it's going to be, at least in the beginning, my primary source of power from, particularly in the nighttime, for my camper that I'm building, that I'm converting out of a cargo trailer. Second, I'm going to use this bad boy ice fishing as my power in my ice hut. It's going to extend my time on the ice greatly. I can charge my GoPro batteries while I film things for you, run lights. I can do all kinds of stuff with this thing. So that's the purpose. Again, I paid $209 for it. I think after tax and everything, it was $222. But yeah, so let's take a look. So this is one side of the box. This is like a little product example of all the things you can charge. I will be running a test on this because I use a CPAP machine. You can probably hear me breathing now. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just die a little when I sleep, so I use a CPAP machine. So I'm gonna do a test on this, several tests actually. One running the 12 volt, the inverter inside this thing, and see how much time I get out of the CPAP after I adjust it, obviously for travel. And then I also have a 12 volt adapter ordered for my CPAP. And I'm going to test that separately and independently off of a full charge and see what the difference is, etc. So this thing, another reason why I bought it is because all the other units that are in this price range at 300 watts, they have standard lithium ion batteries, which are great. There's nothing wrong with lithium ion batteries. They are outstanding. They're a heck of a lot better than lead acid. This one, however, has the next model upgrade of battery type. It contains a lithium ion alloy, something, I don't know, I'll find the specific name here in a minute. But anyway, it's the next upgrade for the battery. So, I mean, it still has the same charging and all of that as a regular lithium ion, but the Jackery 300 model, it's rated at about 500 charges before, 500 cycles before you start losing battery life and integrity. This one is rated at over 1,000. I'll get the specifics here in a minute in the video, but in my research, this one is well over double. It may be 2,500. I don't remember. We'll find out for sure. Anywho, it's a better battery and it's a little cheaper than the Jackery, which was going to be my next choice. So yeah, that's another huge reason is the battery in this is a major upgrade over what is in the Jackery. So that's one side. That's the other side. Here's all of the schematics on the side of the box. Again, we'll get into some details here in a bit out of the manual that hopefully is in there. Anyway, this tells you just a little bit about it, the model number, so you can get specifically, if you want this thing, specifically what I ordered here. I'll put a link in Amazon. Unfortunately, Amazon cut me off from having the seller link because I don't have enough views on my videos. But I'll put a link in there for you anyway, and eventually if I can end up doing the seller link thing, I will do that. But either way, I'll provide you with a link to this thing so that if you want it, it's super easy for you. just subscribe or like the video or something in exchange. That's a fair trade. So it's a little heavy. It's 12.12 pounds. I do not know how this compares to other units, but I knew it was going to be heavy. I mean, there's a battery in it, and it has a pure sine wave inverter and all that stuff in there, so it's not going to be, you know, featherweight. But anyway, my only real concern about the way this unit is designed is the handle, and I've never touched it, of course. I've only seen it in the videos, but yeah, so I'm a little concerned about the handle and 12 pounds, but you know, we'll see how that plays. But anyway, these are all the charging. Another feature of this that I liked, the Jackery 300 model will only receive somewhere in the neighborhood, this isn't exact, but somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 watts to charge it, 64 watts or something like that. So, I mean, that's great, especially running off solar, because I mean, that's typically what a 100-watt panel is going to produce, is somewhere around 60-65 watts. But this one, should you be able to miracle 100 watts of solar off of what I will have, which is a 100-watt solar panel, which we all know is not going to happen. But if I was to have two, eventually I'll have a whole bank of solar panels on top of my camper. This thing will take 100 watts and charge at 100 watts off of solar. So that's cool. That's a huge upgrade. So yeah, anyway, and like the other models, you can charge it multiple ways at the same time. So yeah, that's the outside of the box. I'm sure there's nothing on the bottom that's significant, so I'm not going to show it. Let's open her up. All right, I'm holding my iPhone, so it may be a little shaky. I apologize. This is what it looks like when you open it up. It looks nice and protected. Remove the foam thing. Hey, look, this is what I was hoping for. We'll go through some of that in a minute. All right, so I had the owner's manual, and then there's that handle I was talking about. So 12 pounds, and it looks like there's just a little plastic piece that goes in there. I don't know long term how that's gonna hold up, but you know, we'll see. So let's get, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna set the camera down. Stand by. Okay, let's try it like this. So there's I didn't see this a second ago. There's a pouch. Pretty nice looking little pouch. Looks like a man's shaving kit or something like that. Let's open that up in a minute. All right. Okay, got this thing out of there. This is the front of the unit. Again, we shall see about that bad boy. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm not going to turn it on yet because I'm confident that there's going to be some guidance in this manual that says fully charge this thing before you operate it. So we'll do that. I'll have plenty of turning it on time with you when I do the tests on the CPAP and such. But anyway, we're going to leave it off until I get a chance to read that. But as you can see on the front, I've got an AC female, AC, oh my God, a DC female, like a cigarette lighter plug port here. It'll also take two 12-volt 4-amp plugs. So in some of my wiring, I may end up making some of these connections. I don't know yet because my CPAP is going to hard plug right into here, and I still want to be able to run lights. So I guess I should tell you how I'm wiring my trailer. I mean, that'll be in a whole nother video too, but 30-second version, I'm wiring the trailer. It'll run all of the trailer wiring inside for lights and exhaust fan and stuff like that. We're running to a fuse box. Coming out of the fuse box will be a male 12-volt cigarette lighter plug. So I can set this inside of a cabinet, plug that in, boom, my trailer has power. When I'm using the CPAP though, the CPAP will be plugged in right here. So probably what I'm gonna do is basically make two dongles coming off of my fuse box. One, this thing here, but then I'll make another that's one of these ports. I'll just have to watch the amperage because this is only 4 amp a piece. I shouldn't be 4 amps on either the lights or the fan, but I might get close or cross 4 amps with both of those things running full. I've just got to see. I haven't laid it all out and done the math yet. But anyway, that's the plan for the DC. Hopefully 90% of the time I'll be running this thing off of DC power. Obviously doing directly off solar during the day. This is a DC input here. This is where you're going to plug your solar panels. It's the 8mm jack, which is easy enough if your solar panel doesn't have that. Just either buy a blank connector to connect to whatever your solar panel has and then wire a 8mm jack right in there. And then other than that, I'm sure there's adapters that they sell. There's a reset button. I'll have to read the owner's manual. I don't know what on the earth you would use a reset button for, but anyway, I bet you the owner's manual will tell. I've got 2 AC ports. Again, this is a TrueSign inverter built in here. I can run 2 AC units, but from what I understand, I've never used anything like this, but from what I understand, AC will rip through your battery. So I'm going to try not to use those unless I just have to. And then it also has direct USBs. One thing I like about this unit is you cut each one of them on independently. So if I want to run USB, I turn on USB. There's a Type-C port here, which is super fast charging for electronic devices. And then there's 2 USB 3.0s. So over time, these 3.0s will not be as good as the newest charger out there. But again, all I have to do is I'll have it plugged in here in this 10 amp 12 volt, right? So really I need to have the ability to upgrade my USB ports in the outlets I put in the camper, which I will show you in another thing. But for ice fishing, man, this right here has everything one could want. And it is 12 pounds, but it's not bad. All right, so side of the unit, obviously we got air intake. One side's probably gonna be air intake. One will have a fan on it. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to see. Oh, there's fans. So hot air, when you're running the TrueSign, is gonna blow out of here. Cold air is gonna be sucked in here and it runs across the unit, keeps everything cool. In the back, there's the little sticker. It basically says everything that was on the other. Storage environment, that's important to know. Like I can't leave this thing sitting out in the sun, right? Because here in Wyoming, working in the sun, it's very likely to get over 113 degrees sometimes. And you can bet it's gonna be less than 32 a lot of times. So yeah, anyway, that's the unit. Let's see what's in this little accessory bag, huh? All right, I got the accessory bag here. Zipper's not great. All right, so it's got a pocket up here. It's got that. So what we have this is a connector to go to solar panels. Yeah, so here's an adapter. So it's got the 8mm plug here that would plug into your input on the device. And then this is for solar panels, a male and a female, which is kind of cool. That's already set up for that. Granted, not every solar panel has the same type of connectors, but like everything, there's adapters for the adapter for your adapter. So not a worry. I don't know that I'll use this a whole lot, but it's cool to have it. All right, so there's a male cigarette lighter plug to the 8mm input so you can charge it off your car while you're driving or something like that if you want to. Here is the, this is the power cord for the AC charging adapter. I guarantee you that right there is the AC charging adapter. Or the transformer, I believe it's called. Yep, that's what it is. Take that out of the plastic. Yeah, so this is the AC transformer for charging up the unit directly. So yeah, all right, so let's hit the owner's manual a little bit and just see what it says about charging. Safety instructions: don't light on fire, do not shoot with a gun, don't have it in the rain. It produces electricity, so it can kill you. Don't throw it in the garbage can because that's bad for turtles and the planet and everything else. Only use the AC connectors that are specified. blah, 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 blah. Don't drop it, it says. Do not move the product while it is charging or in use. That apparently can cause a fire. Okay, we don't want that. That's good to know. Okay. Oh, goodness, more warnings. Yeah, don't let kids touch it. Don't let people who grew up in Arkansas and Georgia use it. Oh, shoot, I'm going to have to send it back. Apparently there's liquid inside the product and it sticks to skin or clothes. Wash it immediately. I guess that would be if it blew up. Yeah, be careful when you're charging it. Don't put too much power into it. Yep. Okay, this tells you everything that was in the box. I could have started there and saved us a whole bunch of time, couldn't I? This tells you, just diagrams of what everything is, etc. All right, please charge the product to 100% before using. When charging the product, the battery capacity display icon will be in dynamics test. Yeah, so like I thought, don't turn it on until you charge it, right? That's bad for any battery, so that doesn't surprise me at all. And then it tells you how to charge. Yeah, how to charge the stuff, which is all good to know, but you don't need to know it right now. Yeah, there's talking about the solar panel connectors. It says do not put any more than 100 watts into it, which is an interesting question. Does it have the ability to regulate it down if I hook it to a panel or a system that's 300 watts? That's something that you'd want to make sure your charge controller is set at, just in case. Yeah, battery life. Okay, here we go. The portable power station is designed to retain up to 80% of its original capacity at 2,000 complete charge cycles when operating under normal conditions. The Jackery and the other products that I saw, nowhere close to that. That is huge. 2,000 complete charge cycles. That's a lot of time for $220, right? Anyway, this gives you the formulas for how to calculate your working time, which is cool. I mean, math is great, but I like to physically test things. So before I take this thing out into the woods and use it on my CPAP, that's all going to be tested, and I'll film that for you so you have it if you want. You can just come back to my channel and get it. Yeah, this tells you what all the buttons are for, how to push them, and that matters because some of them you have to hold for a second before they change. Yeah, it tells you what is good uses for the different ports. Yeah, and then storage instructions, troubleshooting if it goes wrong, etc. Yeah, so I mean, nothing. Right here's all the specs for it. Peak power, I talked about that earlier. Peak power, it's rated at 320 watts, and the peak power is at 640. So yeah. So anyway, if you buy this thing, you're going to be super interested in all these. Here is this for you. You can pause the video or something like that if you want to take a look at all these specs before. Let me try to get it all in the frame so that if you want to pause it, and there you go. There you go. You would want to hit pause now. Yeah, it's got a 1-year limited warranty. Jackery's warranty is definitely better than this, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's it. So that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you all for joining me. All right, so yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you all for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, if you actually like and want to subscribe. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and hit those comments. I've never used it. You just saw me take it out of the box. So hit me with your questions. I'll try to find the answers. And stay tuned because I'm going to do some CPAP tests and running tests and stuff like this on this thing before I hit the woods with it. So anyway, yeah, if you got any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, put them in down below. Again, I will put a link to the Amazon page that I bought this from so you can have access to the same thing I have. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye.